That's so cool. That's so cool. Hi, people tuning in after the fact. What's up? What's up? How you doing? How you doing? Sorry you missed the live stream, but hey, at least it exists on YouTube for you later. Yeah. I just started it, so I gotta wait for people to come in. In the meantime, here's a clear Optimus Prime. This is like TJ Omega's worst nightmare. Look at this thing. Uh, is this out yet? I don't know. YOLO Park sent me this early. Sent it to me a while ago, so I don't even know if that's out. We got our first person. We got Megatron 26 M6I. What's up? Got people coming in. Does the MTT Commander have toes? I bet it does. I bet it does. We got tons of people rolling on in. Big hype, exciting times. Yo, what's up, Frosty Plays Games? Yo, we got Rustbelt in here. Build blind in the live stream. What's up, Rustbelt? Dude, I've been seeing that Republic Commando helmet that you got sent at GameStop. I've seen it a couple times. And seeing it in person, I just look at it and I'm like, I want a Republic Commando helmet, but this is not it, Chief. It just looks so bad. Like the visor, you can literally see where it's like plugged on. It's so bad. And I don't know, dude. Maybe if for what somehow it gets clearanced, I might get it. But it's just with how big helmets are, I have to be super selective. So, but yeah, we got Lego Bly. I've been wanting this ever since. I'm not joking. I have wanted this to exist for 21 years. 21 years. I was in the first grade building freaking Commander Bly out of Lego bricks. Like in my first grade class, we had like a tub of Lego, and I just used like like some black, some white, and some yellow pieces. And I'm like, hey, it's Commander Bly. And I think I added like an extra like 1x2 brick on the top of it to be like his visor. And then the teacher was like, all right, so everybody builds their creations and they don't tear them apart. So at the end of the week, every Friday, we have to tear them apart. And I was like, no. And I stole them. I put them in my pocket. I'm like, no, I'm not tearing apart my Lego Commander Bly. I want this so bad. And now, after all this time, it finally exists. Unfortunately, it comes in a very overpriced set. It's a great looking set, but for the piece count, this should have been like, including like reasonable inflation and everything, this should have been like $120, and it was 160, which is crazy. I did not pay that much. I did not pay that much. I have seen the full costume for that boss. It looks so bad. How does it look so bad? It looks awful. Age of the Primes Blastoff might be one of the best figures of the year. It's all right. It's all right. I don't know. I like the Brawl a lot, but I've not been very impressed with the Combaticons so far, and it's making me reevaluate if I want to double dip on all of these combiners. It's really making me reevaluate. We haven't had a ton of people come in yet. I think our peak's been like 16, so yeah, I'll wait just a little bit longer. I don't have anything. Well, I could show you this, I guess. It's funny, I just got this from Walmart.com, but I found it at my local Walmart too. I ordered 2 of these. This is the one I'm keeping these carded. It's the Obi-Wan and 212th Airborne Trooper pack, and I will do a full review of this. This is really mid, unfortunately. This is just so mid. It's probably one of the worst new clone molds. It looks and feels like an AliExpress knockoff. And for an official figure, it should not be feeling that way. And he's absolutely mogged by this Obi-Wan, who's one of the best 3¼ inch figures ever made and the best Obi-Wan figure ever made. So, it's a very interesting pack. Very interesting. Yeah, it should have been Cody, but oh well. I mean, at least we have a TVC carded Airborne now. That's cool. 86 Thundercracker is pretty aight. It's pretty aight. I don't know. It's been very difficult to impress me with like standard or retail Transformers. It's been very difficult for them to genuinely impress me nowadays, and it's sad. Like, I don't know. They're losing their steam, dude. They're still good, but they're just losing their steam. Like, I don't know, man. I think the last one that like really, really impressed me. I really like 86 Megatron, even though he's got those scrawny little stupid shoulders. I'm trying to think about like newer ones I got. I love the Hearts of Steel. I didn't even get the Samurai ones because I don't care. I've seen a lot of the new Blockies Transformers. They look really good. Yeah, this set came out last year. This Lego set. All right, I guess we're not going to get more viewers until I actually start doing this. So let me go ahead and open this up. Honestly, though, with live streams, I don't really mind if I don't get a ton of viewers, because when I get a ton of viewers, the chat is just going crazy, and I can't keep up with it. So, I don't know, for a long time, like, it seemed like it was a good thing that I was doing these live streams vertically, because it was, like, a lot of people were picking it up, and people were still getting notified and watching it. But it seems like recently, it hasn't been the case. Seems like it's not been the case recently. I haven't been getting like the views on these like I used to doing the vertical ones. But yeah, here's all the bags. There's like almost 1,000 pieces to this set, so there's a lot to it. There is a lot to it. This box is huge, so I'm not going to keep this in the background, so... Your wireless headphones are dead. You can't... Dumb Jake, what are you doing? How can you not listen to the video? Gonna pick up any blocky Zords? No, I'm not a Megazord guy. For whatever reason, I love giant robots. I love giant robots so much. Transformers, Mobile Suit Gundam, Tobot, Pacific Rim, Metal Card Bot, stuff like that. But I like... The Zords and all that from Power Rangers do nothing for me. They do nothing. The only one I like is, I don't even know what Power Rangers it's from. It's like all black, and I think it's made out of trains. I really like that one. I only had one of the Lego components from that growing up, and it broke my heart. Can someone identify that one? It's like all black. It's so good. That is one I fully intend to actually like add to my robot collection someday. You made a mistake of getting into a new fandom and you're a Warhammer guy. What's up, official opinion? Yeah, Warhammer is something that I know I could dive into, but I'm into too much already. I got Transformers and Star Wars and Batman. I got a lot, dude. I got a lot. Speaking of a lot, I gotta sort these bags. Oh, he's in bag 2! He's in bag 2! Oh, man, I can't wait. I cannot wait for Bly. I feel like the lady from Titanic, but it's been 21 years. A lot of you guys haven't even been alive as long as I've wanted this Bly minifig to exist. You don't like clear plastic null rays? That's valid. That's valid. How'd I get into Star Wars? I was a child of the 2000s, and I saw the prequel trilogy. My dad introduced me to Star Wars, and I was hooked. I was like, heck yeah, it's cool stuff. All right, bag number 1. Are there any minifigs in bag 1? I don't even think there's any minifigs in bag 1. That's crazy. Yeah, even though I'm not very happy with the majority of the direction that Star Wars is going nowadays, I can't deny that it will always have a spot in my heart. Like, I will always be a fan to some extent. To some extent, I will always be a Star Wars fan. Alright, you're going to get a little bit of background. You're going to be able to see Captain Killshot. And JCC. Check it out. Check it out. Because I think having this pulled all the way is going to be best for me. It'll probably be for the best. Except now I can't really see the chat too well. Thanks for stopping by, Idiotic Collector. I love that name. Where were you when you made your April... Where were you What were you on when I made my April Fool's video? I was on creativity. That's what I was on. Dude, my creative juices were flowing. Truth be told, I didn't know what to do, and the idea for that randomly popped into my head while I was driving. And I was like, that is so ridiculous, I have to do it. Yeah, that's the, like, Target exclusive cylindrical brawl. It's pretty cool. Oh my gosh, you can't... I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this so you guys can actually see my build, while I also have plenty of space for this absolutely enormous instruction booklet. Alright. Oh my gosh, I'm still trying to figure this out. Because, dude, look at how big the instruction book is! It takes up, like, the majority of my desk. It's ridiculous. I'm literally having to, like, rework my Gorilla tripod for my phone to even make this happen. Alright. Alright, there we go. So we do have a Commando Droid. I think these are updated from the ones that came out, like, in 2013. The ones that came out in 2013, dude, like, all of mine are broke. Because these freaking Lego droids, they just break on their own, and it's so annoying. Like, you'll just be living your life, and then, you know, you'll have the droid, like, on your shelf or in storage or something, and then you'll go to it, and, like, the arms are cracked, because they've never updated the mold for this arm, and it just can't withstand, like, that little friction, so it cracks. But... yeah, I actually have two 2007 Brawls still in the box. I got this Target one that's in the cylinder, and then I have one on the card, because Brawl is my boy. Brawl is my boy. Alright, there's one of our Commandos. I don't really think including Commando droids in MTT makes a lot of sense, but yeah, like, droid arms crack really easily. General Grievous arms, like on the old school Grievous, those crack really easy. Because the bar for that is just so much thicker than than the actual, like, clip. So it just stresses them out. You'll just put fresh arms on there and you'll go back to it and they'll be broke. Dude, the amount of staps that Lego has made. Like, are there any other small droid vehicles we could put in? Like, come on. Surely there's something else. Surely there's something else. Have you seen those custom B1 and B2 ballads? Are you talking about, like, the ones that can articulate a bit more? I have a Clone Army Customs B1, but I have seen that B2. I'm not that into Lego Star Wars to care about those, but they're cool for those that are. They're really cool. I've always wanted a Lego MTT, so, like, I wasn't that opposed to getting this whole set. But to tell you the truth, if I could have gotten away with just getting the Commander Bly minifig for a decent price, I probably would have. Because I'm sure it's really expensive. I'm just sure of it. If someone wants to tell me the Bricklink price on Bly, you're more than welcome. Yeah, I did see the Vales ATRT. I want just the Troopers. I don't want the ATRT because it's $100 and it's a stolen, like, it's a fan's, like, genuine hard work that was just blatantly stolen, and I just don't agree with that. And you may think, like, oh, but JC, you support knockoffs that are, like, stolen from Disney, and I'm like, yeah, it's $1 billion company, who cares? But, like, somebody's art that's being stolen, I don't know. I can't support that. And also, I really see Black Series doing a real ATRT at some point, especially with it showing up in Mando and Grogu. Do you have the Lego Hulkbuster set? I have a few. I do, believe it or not, it is in pieces, and it is incomplete. But I was gifted the $500 Hulkbuster. And I was just like, okay, thanks. And it just sits in a box. I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. But I do have, like... I don't have, like, the brand new one that came out, but I do have, like, an Age of Ultron one. We've got a couple Age of Ultron ones. I think I bought the new one at some point. I need a piece. I need a 1x2 dark blue. Where's it at? 1x2 dark blue. There it is. I choose you. Can I see that clone trooper? There he is. There he is. Are you talking about Killshot? Captain Killshot. I found this guy at the thrift store, just like this. And he became a whole like meme on the channel. And then that's JCC2224. That's widowy me. That's widowy me. All right, Stap is almost complete. Stap is complete. Okay. There's our Stap. Oh, no, it's not complete. I need this. Okay, now here's our Stap. I don't know how different this is from, like, the Battle Pack ones. But it's a Stap. It's a little Stap. Here, let's put the Droid on it. Why not? Let's put the Commando on the Stap. Pew, pew. Let's go. What's up, Frankenfrog? Do you know about Dumb Jake? Yeah, do you know about Dumb Jake? If you know about Dumb Jake, you should know that I've been featured on his videos so many times. Like we have literally met in person. We went to TFCon together. Like, we're bros. I just find it so funny when, like, I comment on a Dumb Jake video or something and people are like, JCC, I'm surprised to see you here. And it's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a equivalent to that. It's like watching an episode of Batman, and you're surprised that Superman shows up. You know, it's like, yeah, you know, they're you know, they're buds. Can I see your whole Blockies collection? No, because it's in storage. I don't have the space to display most of those Blockies things. I wish I did, but dude, they take up a lot of room, and I just can't. I can't display all that. I can't do it. They're cool though. I really do, especially the Galaxy version. Those are still my favorite. Well, thankfully, Ultra Carterzilla it just started a bit ago, so you're good. I was actually wondering where you were. You're always in these. Yeah, I've only been going for 18 minutes, so, and I have a whole 1,000-piece Lego set to build, so forgive me if sometimes I don't look at the chat, because I am doing a task and completing a task, but if you ever send me a message and you really, really, really want me to see it, what I always say is feel free to put it in the chat a few times, wait like 5 minutes in between or something, and then, you know, I might see it. You ever get extra Blockies and use the extra pieces to make OCs? I have not. But that's not a bad idea. It's actually kind of cool. Do you have Blockies Soundwave Classic class? I do. I don't review Blockies unless they're sent, like, by Blockies. Because they do send me a lot of stuff. I do have one coming up. I think literally tomorrow. Yeah, literally tomorrow. I have a Action Edition Megatron review coming up. They sent me that. So stay tuned. Whoa. You've watched me since 2017. Wow. That's definitely a bit ago. Thanks for sticking with it. I feel like my channel was so different back in 2017. It was so different. It was a lot different. A lot more unhinged. You could tell that I was a teenager and I wasn't a, you know, I wasn't the full-grown, mature man that I am today. Isn't it crazy? You've watched me since 1801? That's crazy. That's literally crazy. But what is crazy is how it's not in focus. There we go. What is crazy is how I started my YouTube channel when I was 12 years old, and I turned 28 this year, at the end of the year. My birthday's in October, so I turned 28. And I started this when I was 12. For over half of my life, I've been doing YouTube. Like, that is crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy. What is... Okay. I'm like, what's happening here? I have these pieces I need to put in. 2018, yeah, that's a bit ago. I still do old versus new videos. They're just not super frequent. I have an old versus new 6-shot video I need to film here soon, because it's going to be the Titans Return 6-shot versus the G1 6-shot. I just need to actually make sure I'm transforming them right before I do that video. I need to have the transformations a little bit more locked in. Alright, so we need tons of these. Tons of these. Alright. Interesting. Lots of these little red pins. I do find putting in Technic pins to be somewhat satisfying, even though I don't really like Technic building much. I don't buy Technic sets. I don't buy much of any sets, honestly. Pretty much all the Lego I buy, I actually end up doing a live stream of, which is kind of funny. It's all fun and games until you realize 2009 was 17 years ago. Are you going to watch Project Hail Mary? I've heard it's good. I know it was like heavily advertised, and that always gives me the ick when there's a massive marketing push for a movie. So I might. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I've heard it's good. Bye, J. Deloria. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but thanks for stopping in. Will you do an old versus new on Evasion Mode Optimus once the new... Yes, I will, 100%. 1 quadrillion %. I keep forgetting a new one is coming out. Honestly, Hasbro, just repurpose the original one. Like, modify the mold a little bit, but like, it's already so good. Do not try to reinvent the wheel. Do not. Just, like, use the same transformation. Like, you don't have to use the same mold entirely, but if they just use the same transformation scheme from the original, probably downsize it a little bit because it's Studio Series. Then I think it'd be perfect. Give it the nice weathering and wear and tear. That'd be great. Old versus new, JCC 2224. That'd be crazy. Someone should do that. Like, I don't think I can do that. Someone else needs to do that. Using the Takar Leader Evasion Optimus for the... Yeah, I'm so excited for that Evangelion Optimus. Even though I haven't even seen Evangelion yet, emphasis on yet, I will soon. That Optimus just looks so cool. Like, I have that on pre-order 100%. Like, I am getting that without a shadow of a doubt. Republic Cinema fooled us yesterday with this April Fool's video. Somebody had, like, Evasion Optimus news. But it was fake. Yeah, I can believe it. Dude, Transformers Official used freaking AI for their April Fools. They did an AI commercial for, like, an Operation Optimus Prime thing. And they were kind of, like, making fun of, like, oh, it's like the 86 movie when he's dead. But it was AI, so yuck. No thanks. But, like, the premise was funny. If they had just, like, modified a figure, that would have been cool. But I think using AI for April Fools is just, like, the lamest thing of all time. Like, you're an absolute lamezoid if you're using AI for April Fools. Alright. This always sucks with Technic when the pieces you have to squish are facing different directions. Sometimes for the few times I've actually had to build, like, proper Technic, I make sure the pins are lined up. Thoughts on G2 Legacy Menosaur? It's G2 Legacy Menosaur. I don't collect G2 stuff, so I'm not going to get that. I'll get a G2 thing every once in a while, but I do not collect it. I'm not like, oh yeah, I'm completing my G2 collection. I do have G2 Breakdown because it was in one of those Black Friday 2-packs. It was in a 2-pack with Origin Bumblebee. And my Origin Bumblebee was horribly yellowed. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, let me get a new one. And I'm happy I did. Very happy I did. No, I don't need that. Because, dude, mine was just wrecked. It was absolutely wrecked. Alright, so this goes here. I need little studs. I think it's so funny when, like, they just ask you to use studs for a build. Like, are those going to be that important to the structure of the set? And I think it's funny, like, whenever you, like, you're starting to build a Lego set, like, you look at this and, like, the designers, they're just so good at, like, building the structure for things. They're so good at that. Like, I think if I were to ever try to design a Lego set, like, I would never be able to, like, get the structure this good. I could get the design good and the shaping and everything, but the actual structure work, no. But see, that's what they actually have people do that work for Lego. Come on, focus. There we go. They actually, to be a Lego designer, they give you structure tests. They're like, all right, build a sphere out of bricks, and then you build it, and then they're like, all right, now build a sphere out of bricks that does not break when you drop it, and you have to do that. It's almost like you're getting tested on how to build with Lego, which makes sense. I mean, Lego has a very high standard of quality that seems to be slipping nowadays because they keep slipping in like illegal build techniques on their sets, which is funny. But anyways, the Mandalorian is eventually the Bad Batch. Brought me into Star Wars for the first time. That's cool. That's cool. I think Mando brought in a lot of new fans. Uh-oh, I think I missed pieces. I'm missing these. Okay, I see where they go. They're literally just the last step that I did, so no major deal there. That's a lot of extras. Extra, like every kind of pin is extra. All right, guys, you ready? This is the bag that's going to change my life. Commander Bly. He's coming up. He's in bag 2, guys. This is the bag that's going to make me cry. All right, I see his helmet. I better not be printed out of whack. That'll also frustrate me if it is. All right, bag 2 out. Let me build Ayla first, because I also don't have a proper Ayla Sakura minifig. And this looks... Oh, dude, this looks awesome. Wow. Let me find her legs. Or your legs, Ayla. There we go. Wow. That looks so good. Oh, this is crazy good. I love that blue. The blue on this is so nice. That was another bonus for this, too. Like, I don't have an Ayla minifig. I think the only Ayla I have is, like, a... it's seriously, one of those, like, keychains, and I cut the keychain off. I did that when I was a kid. I think it was the Clone Wars Ayla minifig. Alright, let me give her a lightsaber. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. What's up, Doodle Lebowski? I've been good. Dark Azure? The Golly Blue? Oh, TF fan page. What's up? Yeah, I don't know the Lego colors too well nowadays. I used to, but I don't anymore. It's a very pretty blue. Very pretty blue. All right, guys, this is it. We're going to construct my most wanted minifigure when I was a kid. Okay. Oh, it's got the printed on waist cape. Oh, looks so bad. Dude, I grew up with minifigs that didn't even have waist capes when they were supposed to. Like, like that doesn't... What frustrates me are fabric waist capes where I can't even have my minifigure sitting down. That's what bothers me. I actually really like these plastic pauldrons too. I think they're really nice. All right, he's got the standard clone face. All right. Here's his helmet. Oh, the helmet's so gorge. I love the two-tone color. Wow. This is it. This finishes the look. Dude. Oh, dude. Oh. Wow. Oh, wow. That, after holding this, after wanting it for 20 years, 21 years, is so surreal to me. Now, granted, yes, I could have bought a custom. I could have, done that years ago. But just the fact that it's real, like this is an official minifigure, just makes me so happy. He did have a rifle, didn't he, in the movie? Yeah, he was armed with a rifle. I don't put the candlestick piece on. It's inconsistent with the other rifles they've done for years, so I don't put that piece on. There we go. There's Bly. And awesomely, I love that we get extras of the visor. Got an extra visor. Always a treat. Definitely need to make sure that might get messed up. I want to make sure I do not misplace that. Yeah, 21 years. Since 2005. I was in the first grade. I told this story when I started the stream, but I was in the first grade, and I wanted a Lego Commander Bly. For context, I did not even know that Lego Star Wars was a real thing that I could buy. I just knew that, like, Lego was a building toy, and I liked Star Wars, and I built Bly out of bricks. And my teacher was like, all right, everyone keeps their stuff together, so at the end of the week, we need to take everything apart. And I was like, nuh-uh. And I stole my little brick-built Bly. I stole him. But I wish I kept that build. I don't even know how I did it. But yeah, after 21 years, there he is. I think it looks gorgeous. It looks so good to me, dude. And it has the freaking chin stripe. That's more than what Sideshow and the Black Series even did. Is this Captain? No, this is Captain Killshot. He's in the background. I actually have it right by the desk. I can compare. Somebody sent me in the P.O. box a custom minifig Captain Killshot. So we can compare the custom Captain Killshot to Commander Bly. Isn't that cool? Isn't that the best thing ever? I love this custom. It's so good. I forget who sent me that. I am the actual literal worst with remembering who sent me what. Like, I just cannot do it. I cannot remember the things people send me. And it's my toxic trait. I just cannot remember. All right. We need to get back to building. I've gushed on Bly a little too long. All right. Let us begin. The legend himself, Killshot? Yeah, I love Killshot. I need a Hot Toys Killshot. That's what I need. Official release. Hot Toys Captain Killshot. Make it an exclusive, one of one, and send it to me. That was a very significant instruction step right there. I think this MTT is going to be awesome too, because I have the AAT, the Separatist AAT that came out. Oh, geez, probably like 2022. It came with the first version of the 332nd, like the only one to not have helmet holes, and it is really cool. And now that I have an MTT that goes with it, and Staps and all these other droids, I think a part of me is like gearing up to make like a whole Lego battle display. I think I'm gearing up. I don't know when I'll do it, but I'll do it. It's a threat. It came out in 2020? Are you serious? No way. Actually, yeah, I remember now. I remember finding it. Dude, 2020. I can't believe that set's that old. Who'd win, GCC Captain Killshot or the Rev 9 Terminator from Terminator Dark Fate? Well, Terminator Dark Fate, there's only 2 Terminator movies, Terminator 1 and Terminator 2, so I don't even know what you're talking about there. But Captain Killshot. Captain Killshot, without a doubt. How long has it been since you guys have seen my Captain Killshot commercial? Because I had him running faster than Sonic. I had him sneaking up on Ezio. I had him beating up Batman. I had Boba Fett bowing to him. Like, he is the ultimate badass. Like, that's the whole point. He's like One Punch Man, except he's a clone trooper. He would probably defeat One Punch Man, honestly. He probably would. Dude, it's such a shame how the One Punch Man anime just, like, went down the toilet. It was so cool. Like, season 1, are we just not focusing anymore? Remember, this is my phone that I dropped in the toilet. The camera doesn't work too well anymore. Oh, geez, whatever. But yeah, season 1 of One Punch Man was so cool. And then season 2 comes around, and I'm like, what is this? Like, it's trying to make me care about all these other heroes that are, like, going, like, struggling and dying and getting their asses beat. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, the whole point of this show that I enjoyed is that there were no real stakes. You know? Like, we all liked Moomin Rider because, like, he was so endearing and, like, he had so much willpower. And he, like, he had... Moomin Rider was the polar opposite of Saitama. Because Saitama had all the power and none of the motivation. And Moomin Rider had all of the motivation and none of the power. Like, that was so cool. And it was just... It was a fun parallel. And then after that, the show's just like, oh my gosh, these guys are so big and bad, and they're fighting all these other heroes, and Saitama's just sitting on the sidelines playing video games with King. Like, who cares? Who cares? And apparently the animation is, like, so bad. Like, apparently they used AI for the new season. Like, a character that's male for, like, a couple frames has boobs. Like, what? And I'm not talking just like it's his pecs. No, it literally is boobs. Because I guess whatever AI they used to, like, fill in the frames, like, just thought the character was a woman. Yeah, well, thankfully, awesomely, the water was clean when I dropped it in the toilet. So, go me. The water was clean. It's not a poo phone. But I just need to get a new phone. I'm one of those people that I will use something up till the very end when it's just not going to rely, like, I can't use it anymore. Like, I will wear down pants to the point where, like, it starts having, like, holes in the crotch, and then I'm like, yeah, I literally cannot wear this. You know, I'm one of those people. It's like, I'm gonna use it until it's dead, until it's gone. I'll use shoes until they, like, start getting the what the hell? Like, they start peeling. The sole starts peeling. I'm somebody that uses stuff, you know. JCC 2224 uses stuff, confirmed? Yep. Sure do. Yeah, this phone has been lasting me a good while. I do need to upgrade, though. I do. Just for the sake of, like... what's that Fantastic Mr. Fox thing where he's like, I don't want to live in a hole anymore. It makes me feel poor. I don't want to have a phone with a camera that half functions anymore. It makes me feel poor. Thankfully, I am so blessed. I've never had a massive screen crack ever, and I don't use fancy screen protectors. I've just never had a screen crack. I mean, I'm careful with my phone, though. That's one thing. Except the one time, literally the one time in my entire life I ever dropped my phone in the toilet was when I was hundreds of miles away in Chicago, Illinois. Dude, I was stressing so hard one night. Like, we were, like, Dumb Jake, myself, Bots Obsession, a few other people. We were all, like, going out, just having a fun time. And the whole time I'm just like walking behind everybody, just thinking like, oh my God, I can't call home. Oh my God, I can't call home. Oh my God, I can't text people. Oh my God. I was stressing so bad, but thankfully it dried out decently the night overnight, and I was able to do it in the morning. Dude, that's stressful when you're so far away from home. It's so stressful. All right, we're building like the structure of the MTT. There, we're building the structure. Isn't that cool? UCS Genos' Arena. Dude, they gotta do that. 25th anniversary? They gotta do that. You know Stinky Blue Rat? I've done a collab with him. Watch my Human Alliance Jazz review. I've done a collab with Stinky Blue Rat. I haven't met him. I hope to meet him at a con one day. I know he went to TFCon LA, I think. But I've been watching him every once in a while, like for years, like before he was even into Transformers collecting. So it was kind of because I watched some Ricky Berwick back in the day, and Stinky Blue Rat like collabed with Ricky Berwick a little bit. So there is technically this whole like JCC like those whole like Wikipedia like going from this to that. Like there's this whole you could probably link me to Mr. Beast. You probably could. You probably could. Isn't that crazy? I don't like Mr. Beast though, so I don't want to be linked to him. He's a shill. Dude, we need to start like we need to normalize shaming people for being sellouts again. Like we straight up need to do that. We don't do that anymore. So many of these influencers are just absolute sellouts and we don't shame them about it anymore. Now, do I think like having merch for your channel is being a sellout? No. Do I think like having a partnership or a sponsorship deal with a relevant company is being a sellout? No. Do I think just making garbage food for your child audience for the sake of just making money and like, having no quality control and like poisoning these children with moldy cheese is being a sellout? Yes. Do I think that making like now if Mr. Beast was all what like focused on like food, like if he was a food channel, him having these chocolate bars and the burgers and everything, like that would have made sense. And like the toys, like dude, he's such a sellout. He's all about the money, and there's been so many people that have like there's that whole like leaked Mr. Beast employee document thing. And it's all about the money, dude. It's for them. It's all about the money. Now, granted, have they done nice things? Yeah, sure, they've done nice things. But I think if you're somebody that's like truly well-intentioned and you want to do a nice thing for humanity, you're not gonna film it. You're not gonna film it. That's the way I see it. If you're going to be a saint, if you're going to be helpful, if you're going to, want to do that, but then you could say, oh, well, he wouldn't have been able to do that in the first place if he wasn't filming it and making content about it. I mean, true. But then again, like, he'll, like, do this massive contribution to, like, people in Africa or whatever. And this whole endeavor that, like, should be heavily documented and, should have, like, some really in-depth detail and information. He'll make, like, an 8-minute video just for the sake of retention. He's like, oh, I know these dumb kids ain't gonna sit around for the whole thing anyway. They give you a whole extra freaking lightsaber for Ayla. That's bonkers. They give her a whole extra lightsaber. I probably do have an extra green blade. But now she's like Battlefront 2 style. OG Battlefront 2. So she got 2 lightsabers. I think Ayla dual wielding is like one of the coolest things ever. But anyways, Mr. Beast rant over. I've ranted on him. I like to think I have very justified reasons for not liking him. FNAF 2 was terrible, and that's from a big FNAF fan. Oh, what's up, Pokey? I didn't even know you were in here. I was ranting about Mr. Beast so long. I want to watch FNAF 2 just for the LOLs. Just for the lols. Is it on streaming yet? Surely it's on streaming by now. Surely it is. It's freaking April. Because I might watch that, like, here soon. There's a lot. There's like 3 shows out right now, though. Is Mall Shadow Lord out yet? I don't remember the premiere date on that. But there's Invincible Season 4, which the last episode was freaking bonkers, dude. The last episode was so good. I know The Boys is coming back here soon. Daredevil started back up. I'll probably watch the new episode tonight. All premieres next week. Okay, so I'm not missing out. I was worried I was missing out, but I'm not. We're good. But there's a lot of shows coming out. There's a lot. And then Mando and Grogu comes out, what, next month? I don't think that's going to be that good, though. I hate to say it. I think it's going to be like Mandalorian Season 3, the movie. Like, it's just going to have that vibe. I don't have any faith that that's going to be really good. I'm sorry. I wish I did. But I think after Mando Season 3, which really, really did not settle well with me at the end of it, I was like, yeah, I don't know. The fight in the last episode was vile. Yeah, I don't want to spoil. Now, granted, if you know the comics, you know the fight, you know what'll happen. But Mark goes up against an old adversary, and it's rough. It's rough stuff. It's rough. I've never, like, read Invincible. I might someday. It just hasn't been, like, on my comic priority. Most of what I've read has just been Batman. What the hell is this piece? I've never seen this piece before. Ever. That's a new piece. Okay, that's quite bizarre. But even though I've never read Invincible, ever since, like, the show started, for whatever reason, I was like, oh, I want to know more about the lore, and I watched videos, and they essentially, like, the whole story on, you know, how it ends and everything. So, like, I know these stories, and I know, like, the main events, but I don't know, like, every little detail. And the show does change things up, which is fine. You know, it's fine to change things up. All right, this MTT is kind of big. I say that knowing that it's so much smaller than the one that came out when I was a kid. The 2007 one, I think. That thing was huge. That was a beast. I always wanted it, never got it. I always wanted the Hasbro MTT too. I never got that one either. This is my first MTT toy. Isn't that crazy? My first MTT. There we go. Alright, so I'm guessing this is going to be like the front. I guess. Sorry, I'll stop. I'll stop. Alright. I wish I had more space to build, dude. Oh no, Bly! Bly, no! You're my little baby boy. There we go, he's good. He's good. You have your first Gundam action figure? That's cool. Which one is it? Same's Arc and Dark of the Moon is like Padme dumped Anakin after the Clone Wars started. He became evil and let Palpatine rule the galaxy because some random chick he just met ended up dying. That's crazy. But you're not wrong. Alright. We're building... I think this is the... We're going to start building the actual, like, droid assembly, where the droids go, which is cool. We're picking up the TVC ATRT, not for $70. Not for $70. I can say, though, with absolute certainty, the most overpriced piece of shit Hasbro toy of all time is, without a shadow of a doubt, That freaking Geonosian thing. Like that Geonosian chariot. Isn't that like $80? Who the hell would pay $80 for that? Let me tell you who. It's these people where the only thing they collect is the vintage collection. It's the only thing they collect. And it's the only thing that they are financially invested in. And at this point, they're just so absorbed and so committed to it that they are not going to miss out on a new piece. Those are the people that would buy it. Like they are totally alienating the standard consumer. I think any reasonable human being, anyone, would look at that Geonosian chariot and be like, oh, this is interesting. How much is it? $80? And it would just live on the shelf. I can see that thing. Like, if it does get any actual, like, brick and mortar retail release, no one's buying that. That thing is doomed for Ross. Well, all the Rosses except for mine, because my Ross never gets anything in. All the Rosses in Cincinnati just do not get, they just don't get stuff. Believe me, every time I've ever looked in, like every time I've gone into a Ross, I never find any of these really cool figures that everyone else is finding. I never do. I never find them. And like, well, okay. Like, it's gotten to the point where I just stopped checking, because every time I check, there's nothing. Like, what's the point? What's the point, man? How do you know it's overpriced? I don't know. Dang, look at this thing, and it's $80. I can guarantee you without a shadow of a doubt, if that thing came out back in 2002, it would be $20. You know, one thing that was crazy? So, YouTube just randomly recommended me like a super old Pixel Dan video, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll watch this. And then I started down this rabbit hole of like watching like 15-year-old plus Pixel Dan videos, like really old Pixel Dan. Back when he was like on some network, where the introduction, like the intro to all of his videos, like incited a seizure. Because it's like like it is just so obnoxious. But anyways, he was reviewing the old Rancor, or as he pronounced it, Rancor. And he was talking about the old Rancor, the one that came out like Legacy Collection, I think. And it was a store exclusive. It's like the really nice big one. And that thing, that massive Rancor, which is huge, fully painted, metal pieces, not fully articulated, but at least had like head, jaw, arms, wrists, legs, was only $40. It was only $40. And knowing that they are trying to charge us like $40 for just two standard 3 3/4 inch figures. And keep in mind that already came with a 3 3/4 inch Luke. A Luke was included. For $40, you get the Rancor and Luke. And at that point, a 3 3/4 inch figure was like $7. So the Rancor was only like a little over 30. And nowadays, I can guarantee you, Hasbro, for that Rancor, that exact Rancor, if they would reissue it, they would at least charge like $120. At least. Not just 100, 120. Because keep in mind, you see all these, like, back in the day when Star Wars vehicles were actually affordable to get, you could get like a Starfighter, and the Starfighter would be like $30 or $40. Nowadays, the Starfighters are over $100. And if you want something like a Millennium Falcon, you're paying like $500,000. It's nuts. It's absolutely bonkers. Like the gunship was like $500,000. I was like, no. I don't have a standard Attack of the Clones gunship. I just plan on getting like a original 2002 one for like around $100, $150 someday. Like, I'm not spending $500,000 on one that's just a little bigger. It's just a little, like, they're always touting like, oh wow, it's so much bigger. And it's like, no, it's not. It's not, and it doesn't have to be. These are toys. We do not need to make a 1/18th scale replica that, mind you, doesn't even have lights and sounds. They don't even put lights and sounds in these things anymore, and they try to charge you $500,000. And then you have companies like Blockies, where they're like, oh yeah, a little blind box Transformers figure will just have it just has a light, because we can, because lights are cheap. But Hasbro doesn't want you to know that lights are cheap. They don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know that. Sorry, I've absolutely not been looking at the chat. I've been rambling while I've just been lost in the build. I hope it's been entertaining for you. This live stream isn't as interactive, I suppose, because I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to get this built. Because I don't want to spend all night building a Lego set, but I really want to get this built because oh my gosh. Because I've had this sitting for months, and I want to get it built. So, ta-da! Oh, I see how this is kind of working now. Okay. Ah, mechanism. Favorite Hunt for the Decepticons figure? Probably. Oh, geez, that's tough. That's really tough. Wasn't Jazz, the Human Alliance Jazz Hunt for the Decepticons? I love that one. Oh my gosh, the Battle Blade Bumblebee, or like Battle Axe or whatever. That one's really good. Pterodive, wasn't Pterodive in Hunt for the Decepticons? I love that one. That's just a good line, dude. That's just a really good toy line. But I was talking about things that are expensive. This set was like $160 retail. Have you lost any of the vintage Star Wars action figures accessories? So let me stop you there. Do not call like Star Wars figures from the early 2000s vintage. I'm going to stop you there. They are not even close to being vintage yet. Now, granted, they're like 20 years old, but that's not vintage. That's not vintage. I don't know what you would call it, because to me, like 80s and 70s is vintage. 60s and below is antique. 90s and early 2000s is retro. So I guess it could be kind of retro in a way. I don't know. But I lose stuff every once in a while to actually answer your question. Like, it happens. But I just have so many Clone Trooper weapons at this point because I've been collecting for longer than most of you have been alive. That I just, like, oh no, I lost a Clone Trooper DC-17. Let me go into my bag and grab an extra one, and honestly, I got to give a special thanks to a lot of you guys that send me things in the P.O. box. You guys send me like accessories sometimes, and it's so nice to have extra stuff. So thank you guys. A lot of it. My collection wouldn't be the size it is without you guys. And having a YouTube channel and having the means to support this crazy hobby of mine that is slowly but surely swallowing me whole. I'm going to be buried in toys. I'm going to suffocate in the toys. But that's okay, because I love toys. I love them. You were born in 2005, man. You were like, you were born, if you were born 2005, you were there to see, like, you were young enough to experience the golden years, and I'm so happy for you for that. Like, you were like 3, 4 when Clone Wars 2008 started. You were there for like early vintage collection, Shadows of the Dark Sides, back when Saga Legends was really good. You were there for the good stuff. And I feel like I walk into stores nowadays, dude, and I feel so bad for these kids that want Star Wars toys. I think the only company that's given them anything halfway cool is Lego. Even though the Micro Galaxy, like the ships, are really cool too. Like, those are pretty cool. I want to get the Arc 170, but I want to get it on a sale. I don't want to spend $35 on it. But I want to get the Arc 170. I do want to get it. Uh-oh. Okay, I caught my mistake. I was like, oh, those have to be in the pin. They don't just sit there. They're in the pin. Because this is the mechanism to deploy the droids. This is the droid deployment mechanism. Which I assure you is going to be the majority of this bag and the next, probably. Alright. This is the Gunpla builder in me. I look at these tiles, and I see the gate mark where it was taken off the runner, and I'm like, nope, that goes on the bottom. I don't want to look at that. I'm probably one of the only Lego builders that that pays attention to freaking gate marks. Commander Bly was such a disappointing figure. Are you talking about the Lego one? Because I know a lot of Lego fans, a lot of Lego Star Wars fans are extremely picky with these clone troopers. I am not one of them. That Commander Bly makes my soul happy, and it's so great. If I had any, like... So let me... Controversial take. Number one, the holes in the helmet don't bother me. But number two, I like the printed waist capes. I just wish they were printed on the side, too. That's like the only thing that would have made them better. But the thing is, like, I grew up with OG Lego Star Wars. Back when these things, like, when Commander Cody was a 327th, you know, that was my Commander Cody. Accuracy is not a concern for me as a more casual Lego enthusiast. I didn't have the luxury of all this accuracy that people have nowadays. And I mean, I understand like the request for it because Lego is capable of doing it. But also, like, that's not, to me, that's not important. Like, it's just not important. Not for Lego. I think what's important is just having, like, cool, fun characters and, like, really fun sets. But the frustration is valid. I'm not, like, trying to, like, invalidate the frustration for, like, the waist capes and the helmet holes, because it's valid. Like, I've never seen somebody complaining about it and thought, dude, get over it. It's not that much of a problem. Because it is a problem. It's objectively incorrect. It's objectively, like, poorer quality than what it could be. But it just doesn't bother me. You know, I'm just not bothered by it. Again, I get the frustration, but I look at that Commander Bly minifig and it makes my soul so happy. Like, this is everything to me. I should marry him, honestly. Like, that just looks so good. Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. Oh, man. I love how they did the stripe. It's so nicely done. Yeah, I love him. Dumb question, but what's your favorite strongest Pokemon? I don't care about Pokemon. I didn't grow up with it. I watched a little bit of the show, but I'm not a Pokemon guy. I could probably name you maybe a dozen Pokemon, surprisingly, but that's just because they're so culturally significant. My favorite Pokemon is Sonichu. That's my favorite. Or Reshiram. I love Reshiram. I am married to Reshiram. Reshiram, my love. Marriage is strong. I thought you said your favorite Pokemon was Drowsy. I don't know that one. I don't know where you got that information, but I've got like some friends and people close in my life that are really into Pokemon, and when they talk to me about it, I'm just like, yep. I feel it gives me a taste of my own medicine when I'm talking to people about like Transformers or Gundam. Like, it gives me a taste of my own medicine when like people in my life are nerding out about Pokemon. Like, oh my gosh, I just caught this in Pokemon Go. it's a shiny blah blah blah, and I'm just like, I can't contribute to the excitement, but at the same time, like, I also get excited for like finding new toys in stores. So, yeah, you know. Did you get Devastation Bumblebee yet? I literally just got it today. And it, long story short, it is 86 Bumblebee, just sleeker and just a little cooler. Like, that's 86 Bumblebee is dorky, and I love him for that. But Devastation Bumblebee is like, what if G1 Bumblebee just looked a little cooler? Like, that's what it is. Like, if you're, I don't think one is necessarily better than the other. I think they're both perfectly good. Like, I don't get the hate for 86 Bumblebee. Like, it's a perfectly good G1 Bumblebee. Like, it's like, there's like, what else would you want out of a G1 Bumblebee? Like, it's G1 freaking Bumblebee, dude. Like, he's not like a super intricate character to like pull off. But yeah, the Devastation one's nice. I like it. I do like it. All right, we got to add this chain. Add the chain. Blockies, on the other hand, would sure as hell make Transformers endoskeleton figures. That might be cool. I mean, they kind of do already with the Action Edition. They have endoskeletons in those figures. All right, what am I doing? I pull this up. Is that what we're doing? Okay, we add a thing. Dude, I'm tempted to get the Hot Toys T800 that's coming out here soon, the Endo. I'm tempted to get that because I love the first Terminator. I love the only 2 Terminator movies. Okay, I do kind of like Salvation if I like, you know, manipulate my brain and treat it as like a prequel instead of a sequel. But I love T1 and T2. And I think I love it enough to maybe have a Hot Toys in my life. All right, so, oh, I see. I think. So the studs act as what the gear. Oh, that's so cool. I don't know how the chain fits in yet. But that's the mechanism. I thought it'd be the next bag too, but no, that's the whole mechanism. That's so cool. Yeah, you see, like, you pull it out and then it deploys. Is it supposed to like spread out though? Or no? I don't see how it would. I think it spreads out when it like hits the ground, probably. Does this chain like attach? Yes, it does. I was like, surely this attaches to this, right? Yeah, because that like folds up. Oh, that's such a cool engineering. Oh, that's so cool. That's nice. Will you get Blocky's Sentinel Prime and Blitzwing? I might. I don't know. Blocky's hasn't... I'll definitely get Sentinel, even if Blocky's does not send me a review sample, because... no Optimus! I love Sentinel. But Blitzwing, I don't know. Depends on if they send me the review sample. What's the insane comparison? Or hot take, the new Hot Toys T800 Terminator is way more appealing and badass than the TK Troopers. They're not... I don't think they're comparable. I guess that's what we're talking about. They're not comparable. Terminators and TK Troopers are just not... They're not on the same level. I'm super hyped for the Hot Toys TK Trooper, though. I'm super hyped for that. I pre-ordered that instantly. Because I love Ralph McQuarrie's concept art. Rest in peace to concept artists, by the way, because AI, I'm sure, is surely going to replace them. I'm sure they already have in a lot of ways. Like, why pay an actual human being artist with creativity and passion and vision to design your stuff when you can just ask an AI to like give you a quadrillion prompts? Like, hey, give me 50 different character designs, and then you can just pick elements from your favorite ones, and it's like, gonna look super soulless. Like, it's coming. It's coming. Buy the set if it wasn't so expensive. Yeah, that's valid. I did not pay the retail price for this. I did not, thankfully. All right, let's put these little supports on. I love when we start building structure, you know. I love when we start getting to the structure pieces. And these massive slopes have always been some of my favorites. Like, every time I've built with these, I'm always like, ooh, I'm building either a big part of a ship or I'm building a cool castle. All right, these are where all the droid blasters store. I'm assuming there's going to be, like, opening doors on the side of the MTT where you can access these. I think the original 2007 one actually had, like, a separate weapons rack you could pull out. I wish there was a way to, like, put these on the minifigs, like, backpacks while they're inside. I just don't see a way that could be possible. Securely, anyway. I think it's about time we get a new battle droid from Lego. I think it's about time. Like, just give us a new one. Like, you don't have to totally change it up, but, like, do like what they did with the Super. Like, just give the overall look just a bit of an upgrade. Just give it a little bit of an upgrade. And make it more durable. As in, change the freaking arms so they don't break. And yeah, you know. Yeah, we got to get a Studio Series proto form for sure. I got that super awesome custom in the P.O. box. But I like to see... Honestly, I want Studio Series to start really doing some unique stuff. I want that Decepticon ship. That's what I want. Like, give us a non-transforming, like, proto-form figure that goes inside, but make the ship, like, transform into, like, the battle mode. And if Hasbro want to be really cool, which they won't, at least when it comes to lights and sounds, they do not do lights and sounds for stuff anymore. But if they actually had, like, a button you would hit and go, like the cool noise it does in Dark of the Moon, oh, that'd be so cool. That'd be so incredible, but they're not going to do that. Studio Series Driller. Driller would be insane. I want a DevCon, though. That's probably my most wanted Studio Series, is DevCon from Dark of the Moon. Because it's a freaking Cloverfield monster Decepticon. I mean, it's awesome. It's so cool. And it would probably be like a commander class. If they want to do it right, it should be a commander class. All right, we got some more support struts. We're getting there. We're making progress. We're making progress. The instructions tell me we're nearly halfway there, and I've been recording for over an hour. Haya needs the Pacific Rim license. I think Haya could do a good job. I really liked the Robot Spirits ones the Bandai did for Uprising. They didn't really have a lot of paint on them, but they were like budget SH figure arts essentially, and they were really good for what they were. I got all those. I think Bandai could do. They started to do Pacific Rim model kits for Uprising, but they only did like a few. It was for Uprising, so like no classics like Gypsy Danger or anything. It was like Gypsy Avenger and then like the Brute looking one. And like the evil shadowy kaiju hybrid one. I would say that Pacific Rim Uprising, I need to rewatch it because it's been a long time since I've watched it, but I consider it a guilty pleasure movie. At least I did back when I watched it. I was like, you know what? Everyone hates this and thinks this is the worst thing ever, but I think this movie's fun. And it's big giant robots. It didn't have the Del Toro magic that the first one had, because Del Toro is a legendary filmmaker. And just the fact that like this super incredible filmmakers. Like, I want to make a giant kick-ass robot movie. It just makes my soul so happy. You know? I loved Del Toro's Pinocchio. It was so bizarre, but I loved it. I need to see the Frankenstein movie that came out, I think, last year at some point from Del Toro. I heard good things about it. I think it's got Oscar Isaac in there, which he's cool. All right, time to add this piece. Add this support structure. There we go. Probably got to rotate it. Uh-oh, I broke it. Oh, I broke my Legos. I love Legos. I love Legos. There goes the focus again. Love that for me. You shouldn't see Hellboy. Those are my favorite. What do you mean I shouldn't? I've only seen the first Hellboy. There we go. It won't let me like tap on the screen to refocus it. Like I need to put my hand out. I do have the Dark of the Moon ship. I've been planning on doing a video on that because it's really cool. Because the original Dark of the Moon Cyberverse line, they actually had like the Ark as a ship / playset. And that is just so cool, especially since for Transformers, like we almost never see play sets and things like that. Like that's really cool. All right, here's our second support structure. Try to get it all built up. I need to get a nice streaming setup one day. One day I need to get a really nice streaming setup. But see, I just stream on my phone and I just start it. I don't have any like Streamlab or whatever. I've never done anything like that. A lot of people, like even in my professional life outside of YouTube, like at my real big boy job, a lot of people assume that I'm really good at like computers and tech just because I am a young white adult male. I'm like moderately good. Like I'm competent, but I'm not going to be solving your crazy problem. Like I'm not going to be doing that. It's not happening, you know. Like somebody's like, why can't I print this? And I just look and I'm like, I got nothing. And there's one person that's like, I can't print this, and they just didn't have the printer like added to the computer. And I was like, oh, that's your problem. You're trying to print to the wrong printer. So it's usually like silly stuff like that, you know, that I can help people with. Oh, perfect. There we go. We're getting there. Our multi-troop transport. I love that all these abbreviations in Star Wars actually like stand for stuff. Like that's just so cute. Where do you keep all your blast effects for your Transformers? In a baggie, in a drawer. I display some with them. But for the most part, they're in storage. But I appreciate when they include blast effects. I think they're cool. All right. Building this here, MTT. That's the MTT song. Do you like it? Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe if you like the MTT song. Dude, YouTube is just not showing anybody this live stream. Like, we've only had like 25 viewers max. Sometimes YouTube like will blow up a live stream and you get like 100 people showing up, and I'm like, whoa, okay, what's going on? But then sometimes YouTube's like, actually, no one needs to see your trash. And I'm probably, next time I do a live stream, I'm probably going to do it like horizontally again. And hopefully with a better setup. Hopefully. Probably not, but hopefully. I just wanted to build this. And I was like, I'm either going to build this and do a live stream, or I'm going to build this and just watch a movie or a TV show or something. And I was like, you know what? I feel like just doing a live stream. It's been a little bit. A lot of you guys asked for me to, so I was like, yeah, sure. It is just a random Thursday night, though, so I always live stream really late, so I'm sure a lot of people, like, it's probably like midnight, right? Yeah, it's literally just turned midnight 6 minutes ago. So I'm sure a lot of people are, like, in bed, at least locally to me. But I stay up late, dude, after I'm done with this, which hopefully I'll be done within the hour. That's my plan. I'll probably still be up and awake until almost like 4 a.m. I am a night owl. And thankfully, my job I work, I don't have to get up early for it, which is good. Dude, my last job I had to get up early. Like, set my alarm for like 5:30 in the morning. Oh, God, I hated it. Hated it so much. So happy I don't have to do that anymore. So happy. Alright, so I think... Here. YouTube likes doing this thing where it stops showing me new comments from you guys. So I have to change it. There we go. Or is this nobody commented for the past, like, 5 minutes? I don't know. Maybe nobody's commented for the past 5 minutes. I don't know. Hello? Is it not showing me new people? There we go. There we go. We got comments flooding in. Sometimes I literally have to change it from like top comments to all comments because it'll just stop showing me new stuff. I love YouTube. I love it so much. YouTube's never done anything wrong, ever. Yeah, my Transformers feet video. That was the best video I've ever made. It was my magnum opus. It was my Mona Lisa. My channel is just all downhill from there. I don't know what I'm going to do for April Fools next year. I have no idea. Because I feel like I'm one of the only people that really still does like an April Fool's video. I think a lot of people have given up on it. Like, and they're just like, yo, I'm done with April Fools. So, a lot of people post videos, like Dumb Jake. I love Dumb Jake. He posted a video about like, I'm a Thomas fan now, something like that. And I thought it was going to be like a joke video, and it was going to be like, something like that. But no, he was seriously like, yeah, I've been getting into Thomas the Tank Engine. I'm like, oh, this is actually really cool. So, oh no, I gotta use the brick separator. Ugh. Because I put that on one stud incorrectly. Lugnut or Tarn? Character-wise, probably Lugnut. He's just so cool. And also, like, he's not trying to be an edgelord badass. But Tarn is also really cool, though. Like, he is cool. I'll give him that. You're cool, Tarn. But Lugnut needs to come back, dude. I mean, we got Clobber in Cyberverse, which is essentially his sister in my head. Like, Lugnut and Clobber are like Sideswipe and Sunstreaker in my head. Like, that is their characterization in my head canon. Alright, gotta start building these. Finally, we're moving on to the dark blue. We're getting that CIS dark blue in there. Oh. I was confused. Alright, what piece do I need? Do I need this piece? Yeah. I love this piece, by the way, these slopes. It just gives so much cool shaping to, like, modern Lego sets. Like, it just looks so cool. Alright, so that goes there. Almost done with this bag, guys. Almost done with the bag. Put the fries in the bag. What's your fast food hot take? Wow. The Taco Bell is overhated, and it's actually pretty decent stuff. Like, a lot of people are like, dude, Taco Bell, like, it's not even real food. And I mean, say what you will, but I think Taco Bell is good. I think Taco Bell gets way too much hate. That's my hot take. I say that coming from somebody that gets Taco Bell a lot, because when I get off work, it's one of the only places that's still open. All right, bag number 5. There's not a lot of pieces in this bag. We still have 5, 6, 7, and 8. But we're getting there. I think a lot of these upcoming pieces are going to be larger panels, thankfully. I say as I find a little tiny bag with all the tiny pieces. How do you feel about the Naboo, the Royal Naboo Starship? I think it's cool. I have it, the original Phantom Menace massive ship that Hasbro would charge like $300 for nowadays. It's really cool. I'm surprised I haven't done a video on it, but it's just so big, I don't even really think I have the facilities to make that video. McDonald's food is overrated and not good. Dude, I think Burger King's, I think they're both good. But I think it depends on your mood and it depends on the day. And also when you go. Because sometimes, dude, McDonald's, like... I feel like McDonald's is... What is happening? Why are these not attaching? It's funny, I immediately look to see if there's, like... Like, look at this. It's not popping in. It's, like, flexing. What is happening? There we go. That's crazy. But, dude, sometimes I'll just get like a McDonald's double cheeseburger and I'll bite into it and it's like I haven't eaten in 3 days. Like something about it. It's just so savory. Like I can really see why Tony Stark, like when he finally got back to America, the first thing he asked for was a cheeseburger. Like they're built different, dude. They're good. I forget which place he got it from. I think did he get it from Burger King? Tony? I love Iron Man. Rest in peace. The MCU literally died with you, Iron Man. Not a lot of people care anymore. I know I don't care anymore. I did just see the new wave for Deadpool and Wolverine at Walmart, too. When I got because I got the new Bumblebee in the mail today, or not in the mail, at Walmart today. And they also had the battle damaged Wolverine, the brown suit Wolverine, the weird like lady Professor X, whose name I can never remember. They look really cool and good. I was planning on getting the Daredevil Born Again Marvel Legends figure, but I literally never saw it, ever. I saw Punisher, but I've never seen that Daredevil in person. Like, anytime I ever came across a Walmart that actually had like that Hasbro collector display, they never had Daredevil. They just had Punisher. And I was not getting sleepy-eyed Punisher. You're not hyped for Spider-Man Brand New Day? No, I'm not hype. I'm not. It's a movie that's coming out. I'm sure it'll be good, but I'm not hype. I've not been hype for a Marvel project. Jeez. Oh my gosh. When was the last time I really felt hype? Probably Guardians 3. Because I just love the Guardians. They're my favorite. That's my favorite MCU trilogy is Guardians of the Galaxy. So that's probably the last time I was genuinely hype for a Marvel movie. And I ended up going to see it with all my coworkers. And it was a good time. I had to go to the bathroom at one point, though, and I think I went to the bathroom when they were, like, breaking all the creatures out. So I missed the weird, like, James Gunn, like, thank you. I missed that. I didn't get to see that in the theater. All right, here's our mechanism. We got an added element. We got the knob extended. Dude, this mechanism is so cool. Like, that is just so well done. That is so well done. I love when toys have action features and functionality. That's one thing I really appreciate with Lego nowadays. Like the new Arc 170 set, the fact that they were able to engineer the S-foils to go into attack position without any rubber bands was so good. All right, here's our completed knob. Yeah, the fall of Marvel genuinely needs to be studied. Because I don't think there's superhero fatigue. Like, people are still hyped for superhero movies sometimes. But, oh, dude, Marvel is just... Like, I think it really is just down to who cares. And I know people do. I know I know I'm saying that, and I'm sure there's plenty of you in the chat that's like, dude, I'm so hyped. What are you talking about? Well, I mean, I feel like there was a time where you could like universally share excitement with just any random person. But nowadays, like it's just like, dude, I think the last time I was talking to a coworker about Marvel was just like when he was somebody who was like super invested in it. And he was like, dude, did you watch X-Men 97? And I was like, no. He's like, dude, why not? You gotta watch it. And I'm like, I don't care about the X-Men. I've never been into the X-Men. Why would I watch it? Because it's so good. Well, I mean, it's good, but like, I don't care. that's that's the thing. I feel like a lot of like nerdy people just really struggle to accept is that something can be good and you can not care about it. You know, like it can be good and you just don't care. Like there's plenty of things where like people have said like, oh, you should get into this, it's so good, you should like do Dragon Ball Z is so good. That's one of the things like people have probably tried to get me into the most over the years, and I just never was interested. It's not for me. I don't care. It's not my thing. You did not care for The Godfather. Yeah, that's something too. Like I do want to watch it at some point just because it's one of the most well-renowned movies of all time, and I just want to see what the hype is all about. But I also personally do not care. Like I'm not really the kind of person to really be invested in. I'm missing a piece. What's happening? What's going on? Oh, does this like tilt up? Is that what happens? I guess. Oh, okay. It tilts up. That's interesting. I had it pushed in too much. All right. Next page. We need two of these. That's quite an intricate build for just like that one little detail up there. That's kind of cool though. I appreciate that. I appreciate the intricacy. This goes here. Oh, is this like the driver's seat? It must be. This must be where the driver goes. I think this does come with a Droid pilot, doesn't it? Because I know there's a little point where Lego, for the pilots and the commanders, they only had like solid torsos. And I kind of liked that era. But it's like, oh, here's a droid pilot. It's just a battle droid with a blue body. Here's a droid commander. It's just a battle droid with a yellow body. But I also like it when they print it too. Will you buy any of the new Lego Toy Story sets? The ones that have been revealed so far, no. I'm not really into like the 18 plus adult collector Lego sets. The only ones of those I've ever really bought are the Transformers ones, and I think I bought The Office. Well, I say I think I bought The Office. I don't have too many others from like the black box 18 plus. I've got the Cody helmet, and I bought a couple others, and I turned them into Fordo and Commander Fox, and I just have never shown you guys because I be like that sometimes. I just have so many toys to talk about. Like I have to pick and choose what I talk about sometimes, and some things I just don't talk about. Like I don't do Lego reviews because that market is so oversaturated, and I'm just not I'm not interested in talking about Lego like that. I'm not that into Lego. But I do it will come up. I do fully intend on making an updated Lego Clone Army video, because my army has grown pretty significantly since the last time I did a video on it. Like, it's grown a lot. Last time I did a video, I think, was before 2020, so it was before the new wave of clone troopers. So it's definitely something I want to do. And now that I have Blyle opened up and built, all of my Lego clones are now accessible. So probably the next batch of videos I film, I'll do that. Collection tour win, dude, I don't know. It'll happen. I just don't really like where my displays are right now, like how they look. And I don't know. Like, I know I've talked about it and I've teased it, and I filmed an old collection video before I did a major overhaul on my displays. I don't even know, like, I've not even edited that. The files just sit on my computer, and they've sat there for probably like 2 years at this point. But I want to film it good, because every time I've done collection tours, I just film it on my phone and it looks like trash. And I don't want to do that this time. Like, if I'm doing a collection tour, it's got to be good. Like, it's got to be the kind of video I want to watch. That is my philosophy with YouTube. I only make the kinds of videos that I want to watch. That looks cool. There's the front big dish. So you may be asking, like, oh, why don't you, like, I don't do a lot of toy hunt videos, because I don't watch a lot of toy hunts. The only toy hunt channel I watch is Pixel Dan, but that's because I love Pixel Dan. Like, I don't really watch that for the toy hunts as much as I watch it for Pixel Dan. So, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the content I make, I try to mirror it off of what I enjoy watching. And I, as you can tell, clearly like more like calm and less edited. Oh my gosh. If a video is like jump cut, I just immediately click off of it. Like, it overstimulates me. And I'm not even the kind of human being to like be overstimulated all the time or very easily. But that is just like too much, dude. And like, respect to them for putting all that time and effort into, dude, I put that on so clean. That's such a good sticker app. I nailed it. But anyways, like, respect to them for like putting all the effort and time editing. But I just don't like it. Like, I don't like it. So I don't edit my videos to hell and back, because all of my videos that are heavily edited, I'm talking like the old Clone Wars video, the Bumblebee video, those are some of my least favorite videos. I go back and rewatch like some of my old hauls, or like some of my old reviews. Like, I will literally rewatch my own content, because I make stuff that I like watching. I'll do it. I'll rewatch stuff. But I can't even tell you the last time I've watched that old Clone Wars video I did. And I hate it so much. I would get rid of it if you guys didn't like it so much. I'm the only person that doesn't like it. So that's why it's still up. Otherwise, it would have been gone years ago. Because I know there's a time where I'm like, oh, I'm going to do like JCC 2.0. And I was literally thinking about like making videos on the level of like old school JonTron. Rest in peace, JonTron, I guess. He hasn't uploaded in ages. But I was going to have like characters and little skits and things like that. And I kind of did it a little bit in like my Clone Wars video and my Bumblebee video. And I was like showing my face and everything. I don't like being on camera either. I don't like it. I feel like I'm on stage. And it's like, this is too much for me. Which Star Wars figure is the worst for you? I don't know, dude. The worst Star Wars figure? Oh, easy. 5 POA Commander Bly. Easy. That thing is trash. Easy. The old Star Wars Rebels toy line Commander Bly. Do you think Lego should make Constructicon sets? That would be cool, dude. A Lego Devastator? That would be sick. Commander Bakara. Oh yeah, he was an OG. He had like a monotone voice, very, very nonchalant, and it was very like matter of fact, very kind of chill. And I enjoyed his content. I would have liked a little bit more of his personality to be in the content, but I mean, it's fine. I don't think everybody needs to be like everybody else. I don't think everybody needs to be a charisma machine. But he was an OG. I was just, dude, there's so many old school, like, Star Wars YouTubers that I, looked up to and enjoyed watching that just don't make content anymore. Like, I was just rewatching some old videos from one of my old buddies, Laugh It Up Fuzzball. He was an old buddy of mine. I'm happy some of them are still around, dude. Like Daniel East 1000, I've been friends with him for years. Sith Lord 229's still around. The Darth Prime is still around. Do you seriously get 3 freaking commandos? Are any of them captains? No, they're all just standard commandos. They did print on the torso, though. I just realized that. That's cool. Actually printed on the torso on these guys. But, anyways. I guess we don't get blasters for them to hold. That's interesting. But so many of them aren't around anymore. It's kind of a tough connection. I'm worried that's going to snap. You know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to keep one of these commandos on the stap. So what I'm going to do to accomplish that, I'm just going to switch out his arm for the curved one. It's like, he doesn't need a weapon if he's just going to be on the stap. So it's my stap commando. And then this is one of my standard commandos. Perfect. I'm trying to think of other, like, old school Star Wars YouTubers I was really into. Oh, wow, look at that. This piece, like, was attached to that piece in the bag. That's funny. Is he still around? Flyguy.net? Is Flyguy still around? I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't checked in on him. Arc Trooper Mark, that's one that I was buddies with and he ended up leaving. He's one of the few guys on YouTube that seriously did like a goodbye video and just never came back. Like, he was like, yeah, I'm moving on from this. I'll still collect, but I'm just done with YouTube. And he never came back. I think he's still around. I mean, I don't think anything happened to him, but he just doesn't do YouTube anymore. There are some YouTubers that are just not around anymore, like Glenn Webb. Oh man, I still miss that guy. Seriously, one of my favorite YouTubers. I've been rewatching some of his old videos because he will always be one of the greatest of all time. He will always be one of the best. Fly Guy does a lot of IG posts. That's funny that he's still live on Instagram and I'm still live on YouTube. Dude, I hardly use Instagram anymore. Some of you might have like seen me on a random Instagram post like making a comment, which is funny because every once in a while I will get back on Instagram and they'll show me a video that I just feel compelled to make a comment on, either a funny one or just like a random one. But dude, I feel so bad. I have not checked my Instagram messages. I've kind of sworn off social media. I've been contemplating just deleting the Instagram app entirely. I don't have the Facebook app on my phone. And I only use Facebook to like talk to like close friends and family. Like I made a post on my JCC2224 Facebook page where I'm like, hey, I don't really use this anymore. If you send me a message, I'm not going to see it. So hopefully there's, no one just sitting there waiting for a message because I just don't use Facebook anymore. Twitter, oh my gosh. I only have a Twitter because a fan made a JCC2224 Twitter for me. He literally was like, I've made this for you as a placeholder. When you want the account, let me know. I'll give you the password. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, thanks, I appreciate it, I guess. And yeah, he gave me the password, and boom, I had a Twitter account. And I made a few tweets, but I definitely hate Twitter, or X now, I guess, with a burning passion. I think it's nothing but a cesspit. So, dodged a bullet there. I used to watch a guy that went by Power of the Force 2. I think I remember him. I think I remember Power of the Force 2. If you want to see some like content on the Power of the Force 2 toy line, my buddy Forces with Jesse, he's one that's still around. And I still watch him. He does Power of the Force Fridays. So like every Friday, or at least almost every Friday, he does a review on like an old classic Power of the Force figure, and it's so cool. Oh, there's a yawn. I only got 2 bags left, though. We're almost done. Unfortunately for you guys, I've been neglecting the chat so I can kind of keep this up. But I've been glancing over every once in a while to see any, like, any comments that are interesting. Do you have any flip-out lightsaber toys? I did when I was a kid. I had, like, the Attack of the Clones Anakin, like, Jedi training lightsaber, where it was like, please enter your secret Jedi code. Boop, 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 boop. Lightsaber activated. I loved that one. I still have it. It's in the basement, I think, but I'm not a lightsaber toy collector. I am not. I know there's this one guy, I don't know the name of his channel. He always wears a hat and he does like YouTube shorts, like lightsaber roll call. He has really cool content. Like if you're a lightsaber toy collector, you should definitely be watching him. I don't know the name of the channel, unfortunately. If someone does in the chat, feel free to put it. Been following Jesse for years. Really felt bummed when he announced he was quitting TVC. I get it, though. I get it. Especially for him, like, where he's got to downsize and everything. Like, he's hardcore on Black Series, dude, and Vintage Collection just, it ain't what it used to be. And I know for some people, like, for me, I still really value the world building aspect, but not everybody does. And that's okay, you know, it's not everybody collects the same. I love how this is like, I guess this is the droid brain, because all these like separatist tanks and everything, they're technically droids, right? Like the MTT is a droid. You can see like that pink piece. Even though, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think that's supposed to be the brain. I think there's an inside joke with Lego Star Wars designers where they try to sneak in a pink brick in as many sets as they can. I think that's the deal there. They try to sneak in a pink brick just because. I think one of the designers was like, dude, Lego Star Wars is just nothing but gray. And another one was like, no, there's color. And they're like, dude, just try to fit a pink brick in. You just can't. It's all gray. And so that started this whole adding pink bricks to Lego Star Wars sets. That's just so funny to me. This looks cool. I love the look of this like side panel I'm building. I think this is a new piece. This is like a corner tile. That feels like a newer piece to me. That one right there. It's a cool piece. And this covers all that. Ooh, that looks good, dude. That looks good. Yeah, I feel like the difference between 6-inch and 3¼ inch comes down to how much you enjoy collecting the medium to large vehicles. Yeah, I think vehicles are a massive like factor for what scale you collect. It's a massive factor. Vehicles, play sets, the fact that Vintage Collection and the whole 3¼ inch scale has a whole like massive archive of literally damn near every Star Wars character ever put to screen. Like, that's also a factor. Meanwhile, we're getting Watto finally in like the 13th year of Black Series. Like literally the time in between. Now, granted, I'm saying that like Watto's a significant character, but just think, Vintage or Black Series started back in 2013, right? And that means that the time distance between the start of Black Series and now is like 1 year off from the start time of uh the Black Series and the Phantom Menace. Like time is an illusion, dude. Like we are so screwed with how time just keeps passing. There we go. Here's our top piece. That actually was pretty involved. But that does complete the top portion of the MTT. It's coming together. It's coming together. Would you want a Monster Jam Transformers figure? 1,000,000%. Oh my gosh, I think they're coming. I think they're on leaked lists. Are you into Gears of War? I am not. That one skipped by me. It looks cool though. But I think that's something like you either were like if you didn't get into it as a teenager, I don't think there's really any getting into it nowadays. That's how I feel about a lot of franchises. Like if you weren't into them to begin with, like I don't know how you would be into them nowadays. But I don't know. I mean, Dumb Jake, he got into Thomas the Tank Engine recently. And I thought that was something where like it's only if you grew up with it. But he didn't even really grow up with it. My cousin was really into Thomas. He had like and he was like 10 years older than me. So when I was seeing him back when I was like, 10 years old, he was, in his 20s, and he was like really into Thomas, having like resource books and having a collection in his closet, which I always wanted to see it. I was like, dude, I want to see your Thomas stuff. And he might have been embarrassed about it. I don't know. But Thomas is cool, dude. Like I think it's one of the best like franchises for like younger kids. Definitely one of the best. All right. One of my cats is like jumping right now. I don't know, like they're in my hallway jumping. I hear them. I don't know if they're trying to get in or what, but they're jumping. They're really something when they're jumping. All right. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. I've just assembled this whole massive back panel that covers this up, and I forgot a piece. And I broke it. I broke it. I think I'm missing... Dude, I hate this. Why do I do this all the time? Where do these pieces go? Where do these go? I'm always missing just one little step. Every time nowadays, I'm always missing one little step. Instructions, and I gotta find when these pieces show up. Dude, I must have missed these way back. Ooh, wait. I see. I missed them on this. Yep, they go right there. They fill in these gaps. There we go. There we go. All right. Progress made. Progress made. I gotta go back to where I left off. There we go. There we go. Warhammer 40K, that's another thing I'm not really into. It's cool. I have a couple toys because big, colorful, space armored soldier man. I do have the Studio Series Orion. I plan on doing a video of talking about him and the Devastation Bumblebee. I'll probably title it something like, "These figures are going to be everywhere," or something like that. Like, the peg warmers of the future I know some people debate if, like, the A-level stuff are peg warmers, but, dude, they're peg warmers. I'm sorry, they are. They're intentional peg warmers, but they're peg warmers. Especially when they're taking up shelf space that should go to other things. Alright, we're getting there. We are at 33% battery life. I think I'll make it. I might just make it. I gotta hurry up, though. Thankfully, the chat is very, very slow tonight, so I don't feel super obligated to be looking at that. Are you getting any Transformers Overgear? Yes and no. I'm waiting to get Optimus. They've shown, like, the grayscale, like, drawing of him, and he looks so cool. Once I get Optimus, then I'll think if I want anything else. That's how I'm doing Overgear. Because I don't need anyone else, but the Optimus is just... I'm an Optimus Prime nut. That's what I always call myself, so I feel like I'm kind of obligated to get an Optimus looking as cool as Overgear, you know? There's a legal obligation. If I don't buy it, I'm breaking the law. How big is your house? It's not that big. It's not that big. I do still live with the fam, so I have to make sure that they have room to live. But I have, like, my bedroom, and then I have my studio room, which I'm in right now. And my studio is where I have, like, all my YouTube equipment and everything. But moving out is coming up. It's coming up, and it's making me really reevaluate the size of my collection. It's making me really reevaluate that. Because, like, I think, like, I can still love and enjoy toys without owning as much as I freaking do. So, that's a very big decision for me. That's a very big decision. But it's coming up. It's coming up. This looks cool. Is this, like, the side tank detail or something? I think so. Oh, yeah. That looks really cool. I like the detail on that. I guess it goes, like, on those studs. Oop, I broke it. This broke. Guys, I broke my toy. Oh. Help me fix my toy. Alright, there we go. There better be panels that go up there, because that looks ugly. This is cool looking, though. This is really cool. I'm happy I got this. I'm happy I got the whole set, honestly. Oh, we have wheels. Okay. So we actually do get wheels for this thing, so it can actually kind of roll. That's nice. That's really nice. So I was wondering if this thing would actually have any, like, rolling function. I feel like it's something that Hasbro would neglect. Hasbro would be like, this thing doesn't need a roll. $500 and it doesn't roll. That would be Hasbro's MO. For sure. 1,000,000%. Oh, okay, we got more wheels down here. We got more wheels down here, which, again, makes sense. What is happening? Oh, wow, that's a tight squeeze. Get those pieces in. But it works. So now it can roll. It rolls pretty good. Better than the Juggernaut? I don't know. I didn't build the Juggernaut. I got it, and I built the minifigs, and I parted it out. I'm like, I don't like this. I have the original 2005 one. So that set is absolute garbage. The minifigs are great. Like, finally having Galactic Marines and Commander Bakara, like, that is so cool. And instead of doing the, was it the UTAT? Which was the original idea for the set. That was the original plan. Instead of that, oh no, I just freaking broke this thing. Come on. Oh, they should have had me put these on ages ago. Why are they having me put them on now? That's so stupid. So now I got to put all this other stuff in that came off. If you guys have any questions, you are welcome to put them in the chat. I know this is not as much of an interactive live stream, but this is probably the driest my chat has ever been. It's very, very dry tonight, which is fine. You know, I'll take it. I've had some live streams where the chat is just go, 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 and I'm like a million comments behind just trying to answer everybody's question. Do you miss your Toys R Us? Oh, dude, so much. All of my local Toys R Us's, every single one is a furniture store now. It's crazy. They are all furniture stores. And it's just like, man, it couldn't at least be something fun. But nope, they're all furniture stores. I remember the last time I went into my local Toys R Us, it was a sad state. It was such a sad, sorry state. And I didn't buy anything the last time I went. I do remember some of my last purchases, though. The last Transformer that I bought at Toys R Us was the Studio Series Dark of the Moon Thundercracker. The last Lego set I bought was the Boba Fett buildable figure. The last, like, Star Wars figure, though, I don't know. Actually, I don't remember. I remember it's a core memory for me when my brother and I, he had just started driving when the Black Series Commander Gree came out. Like, he had just gotten his car. So he finally had the ability to, like, drive and do things independently. And we found out that our local Toys R Us had the Black Series Gree. And we were like, oh my gosh, we gotta go get it. Because we both wanted it. And we acquired a very interesting passenger. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to get into the details. But we acquired an interesting passenger. And it made the day very interesting. I will say this much. It felt like a Grand Theft Auto 5 mission, like a taxi mission where you just pick up some random person. We didn't just pick up a random person, though. Like, there was a series of events that led up to us deciding to take this person from point A to point B. But it was still interesting. It was still interesting. Definitely interesting. Oh, okay. Speaking of interesting, this build is starting to get a bit interesting. Okay, so we have this and this. Then we have this. And then another one. And another one. I guess this is like some of the CIS striping. And of course we got to get the clips because these are how it's probably going to attach to the main body of the whole thing. All right. What else can I just ramble about? What else can I ramble about? Do you ever shop at Aldi for food? I do not. I don't know why. I never go to Aldi. I either go to Walmart or Kroger. I just went to Walmart today. Oh, one thing that's so freaking frustrating for me. So, Sterilite, if you guys don't know, are the makers of the like all the storage carts and drawers and things that I'm sure most of you guys have or have seen. And I decided to get into the Sterilite 3-drawer large carts to store my toys. And I bought like 4 of them. Was it 4? Yeah, I think I bought 4. Because for $20 each, like, it's like you get a lot. And you get to store a lot too. Like, it's a great, it works out so great. But yeah, I bought 4 of them. And I'm like, you know what? I think I just need like one more just to like really have everything I want in storage, like how I want it to be. And I guess literally right as I started getting into them, Walmart just stopped carrying it. Like right when I started to need them, Walmart's just like, nope, we're done. We're done carrying that. You don't get that anymore. So yeah, I cause see the new one that's coming out, because I think they retired the old design and they're putting out a new design. I think that's what's happening. Because Walmart.com has a slightly different one for $20, and then they have the one that I have like 4 of, which I want it to be consistent. They only have it from like a third-party seller that's selling it for like $100, and I'm just like, are you serious? What is happening? So yeah, that's my very mundane story on that. So interesting, I know. So interesting. What's my favorite Sonic character? Definitely Metal Sonic. I love Metal Sonic. Back in the day, I had the OVA Sonic like animated movie, and dude, it was the coolest thing. The music is just like the whole like Land of the Sky like soundtrack was so cool, and Metal Sonic was super cool in that movie, or excuse me, as Robotnik calls him, Hyper Metal Sonic. And especially when he dies at the end, he's like, there can only be one Sonic, and it's so cool. It's so cool. I'm interested to see how they portray him in the movies coming up, because I guess there's multiples of him, like from the end credit scene of Sonic 3. The best Transformers series, easy, that's Prime. Transformers Prime by far is the best in my opinion. Even though I still think we definitely could have a better show, and I think that this like Transformers G.I. Joe crossover show that they're planning, or like the Skybound show, has the potential to be the new best. It definitely has the potential. I don't want it to be like a straight up like, and I feel like it is. It'll probably just be like a straight up Invincible sort of like adaptation of the Skybound Transformers comics, which I think that would work for a show. But I don't know. I just want something new. Like I want something new. I want like Beast Wars again, but like new characters, new new stories, new things like that. I'm tired of like, now granted, we can still have Optimus and Bumblebee and Megatron and all that, but I want, like, one thing I love about animated is like they made the main Autobot team, like you had some of the obvious ones, like you had Optimus, Bumblebee, and Ratchet, but then you had Bulkhead and Prowl. Like those are very, different characters. They are not like A-listers. And Bulkhead was relatively new. This side panel has a lot of build to it. It's cool. It's definitely cool. All right, so this panel attaches to this side. It attaches right here. Make sure everything's pressed down. And click. Nice. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking good, dude. Check it out. Check it out. That's a lot of build to that. Can you do a YouTube video on different fast food Transformers toys? I've thought about that. I do plan on doing, I think I'm going to do a long form video talking about all the changeables I got. I think I'm going to do a long form video eventually. And I might also show off the old changeables that I have too in that video. But that's a good video idea. Like just all my fast food Transformers. I usually just talk about those in shorts though. Like I just filmed a short for my Armada Happy Meal toys. Because yes, I have some of those. Good sticker application. I'm the best. I'm literally the best at putting stickers on. Hell yeah, my dude. Thanks. Thoughts on Action Edition Prime Optimus? It looks so good. It looks so good. I sound like such a beggar when I say this, but I hope Blocky sends me a review sample on that one, especially that one. That one looks so good. If they don't, I will buy it. Like that is mine. Like I will definitely get that in one way or another. Dude, look at these pieces. You can literally see like the shimmer. Like these pieces right here, you can see the shimmer of how the plastic got stressed when they got broken off of the tree. Isn't that crazy? Either that or that's just like how the plastic looked when it got injected in the mold. But still, that's not a good look. That looks ugly. I feel like Lego usually prides itself and strives to have decent quality, like, mold stuff. Alright, we're getting there. I'm guessing this bag is gonna finish off this side of the MTT. And then the next bag will finish off the MTT as a whole. You still have Masterpiece G1 Optimus Prime. Which one are you talking about? Because there's multiple. I need to get the MPG Prime, because that one looks really good. I think that would be my favorite. But I have MP01, which I think is the best for its presence. I have MP10, which I think is the best for its like transformation and just overall feel. I have MP44, which is the best figure, but by far the most annoying transformer. And I want the MPG one because he just looks really cool. Because, dude, I miss Generations. Like, I miss when things just weren't just trying to be slavishly G1. I miss when it was like G1 modernized, or like just a unique, interesting take on G1. Now everything is just pure G1, which, I mean, I guess it's fair, because we had to wait forever to get pure G1 stuff, because they kept doing all of the weird versions. But now it's all they do, and that kind of annoys me. Dude, this MTT is turning out so good. Like, this is such a good build. All the detail and everything. Like, this is legit. And yeah, it's smaller, but who cares? I think it's a better set than the original 2007 one. And at least it's not reddish brown. Oh my gosh. I've gotten really lucky with reddish brown and dark red. Like, number one, I don't really touch those minifigs that are those colors. I don't mess with those bricks too much. But I haven't had anything just like destroy itself that are those colors. You bought 4 AT-ACTs for $99. Wow. I didn't get a single one of those Rogue One AT-ACTs. They're cool, though. It's kind of cool that they're still willing to make like really cool big vehicles for the 3 3/4 inch scale back then. And they're somewhat affordable and had like features. Not anymore. Enjoy paying $150 for a freaking Darth Vader TIE Interceptor or TIE Fighter. Ooh, this looks cool. Again, with these pieces like putting themselves together, like, it's crazy. Do you have a Lego Darth Vader ship? I do, and I have a very fond memory about it. So I got the original 2010, I think, Darth Vader TIE Fighter. And did I totally skip over a page? Wow, I like skipped multiple pages. That's crazy. Oh no, wait, I was just building it without thinking. I didn't skip this page, but I skipped to the next page. Okay. But yeah, I remember getting that set back in 2010. I would have been, let's see, I would have been 11. So this is before I even had a YouTube channel. Because my birthday's later in the year, so I don't think I had not fully finished my cycle yet. So I was still just 11. And I remember getting that set. It was at the Lego store. And when I got home, I was going to start building it. And then my mom was like, you have to finish your homework before you can build that. And I begrudgingly worked on my homework, but I got it done really fast because once I was done, I sat at a table. I never sit at that table. I sat at this totally weird table in my house, and I built that Darth Vader's TIE fighter. And let me tell you, I still have that thing on display. I will never get another Lego Vader TIE fighter. Like that is my TIE fighter. And I actually have a whole like display of different Lego TIE fighters because they've done a lot of. They did like the Interceptor and the Bomber and the Fighter recently. So I got all those, and they're really cool. Speaking of really cool, this is turning out really cool. Oh, I put that on wrong. My bad. And then this attaches right there. Oh, and then this clips in to that front piece. Oh yeah, because it's got to be like angled down. All right, so here is functionally what the rest of the MTT is going to look like, but we still have the last bag to do to finish that side. Which series had the best sound wave? Honestly, G1. G1 sound wave is the coolest. He's the best. I love a lot of other sound waves, but I think you just can't beat G1 sound wave. He's just too cool for school. He's got all of his cassette minions. He's got that legendary voice. He's just too cool. All right, our last bag is going to have our whole army of battle droids. So, let me see. We're 2 hours into the stream, 27%. Should be good. Should be good to finish this. And then I will probably end the stream as soon as I'm done. Because I do not have much battery life left on my phone. Nor do I think there's a lot of people still sticking around. I mean, if you're just lurking, if you're just listening, feel free if you want to ask a question. My tummy just rumbled. Sorry if you heard that. You probably did. Every time I do a live stream around the 2 hour mark, my tummy starts rumbling. All right. So all the same pieces as before. I'm putting all these droids just in the MTT. I have no reason to. Oh, it's so sad when when I said you people lurking, if you want to comment, like 3 people just left. This is like the least active live stream I've ever had. Like that's crazy. I don't know why. I mean, it could be I haven't been super engaging with the chat. It could be that, but I can guarantee you after this live stream ends, I'm going to get so many comments. Dude, I didn't know you were live streaming. You were live streaming? YouTube must have changed how the algorithm works for like the vertical live streams. They must have changed it. Soundwave superior, Constructicons inferior. It's so sad that like you can't really do a proper like Soundwave impression because Frank Welker just talks like this, and then they add all the audio effects to it. Do you ever aura pose your Transformers? Oh, all the time, dude. I've been aura posing my toys since before it was called aura posing. Like, I should like post it. I'm thinking about doing a review on him because I love it that much. I just built the Mobile Suit Gundam High Grade Gustav Karl Type 00, and I gave him like this really massive machine gun or like Gatling gun, and I have him aura posed right now where he's just like walking with the big Gatling gun and his like head's tilted back like, yeah, what you gonna do about it? It's so fun to like aura pose figures like that. I don't know if this is aura posing, but he's kind of a desk toy right now. The 3-0 MDLX Bumblebee. This is probably my favorite non-transforming Bumblebee figure. It's my favorite 3-0 MDLX. I have Megatron, Bumblebee, and Optimus, and the Bumblebee is my favorite, which is crazy to me. Did you willingly buy the clone Tiny Tank? The turbo tank you're talking about? Yeah, but I didn't pay retail price, thankfully. I got it for a really good deal, so I'm not upset about that one. And dude, like seriously, the parts, like you just don't get enough parts with that. Oh, so I see the pilot does have a blue torso, but they printed tan on it. That's interesting. I know sometimes they just print the blue on the tan torso. They've done droid pilots so many different ways. So many different ways. So can I get the pilot in here easy? Because I know this is where the pilot sits. I wish he had like something to really clip onto. But no, he's just going to roll around up there. That's really lame, actually. Look, he doesn't even... Like, they didn't even give him, like, pegs to clip onto. It's so stupid. Should have at least given him some studs. Alright, let's finish this. R2-D2 or C-3PO? Honestly, probably C-3PO. I know he's annoying and he's not, like, useful. Or at least that useful. But, like, Anthony Daniels, like, even though I've heard from, like, fan accounts he's kind of an asshole and kind of full of himself in real life, you can't deny, like, he's... his portrayal of C-3PO throughout the years. Like, dude played C-3PO for years. Never faltered. And unfortunately, I think he knew it. I think he knew he was good at it. Probably give him a little ego boost. It's kind of a shame when you find out that a celebrity you really like is an absolute asshole in person. Like, believe it or not, I know somebody that knows, and it's so funny, I can never... Breaking Benjamin's my favorite band, and the only band member's name I can remember is Ben Burnley. I just do not have the mental real estate to remember all the other band members' names. But she knew the drummer, like, from years back. Like, she was friends with the drummer. Like, I think they went to school together. And she told me how the drummer, who left recently, was saying how, like, Ben was, you know, like, musical genius, but when it came to, like, how he treated the other bandmates, he was very, like, my way or the highway, and he didn't really, like, accept input from others, and he was kind of a jerk, which that was kind of hard to hear, but I doubt that he mistreats his fans. I think he's just very, very protective of his art, and I think it's, to a detriment, unfortunately. It's funny, I'm saying this to only like 18 people. Nobody's even hearing this. But I know, like, Bill Nye the Science Guy, he's another one who's like a complete asshole. Apparently, allegedly. I don't know for sure, but that's what I've heard. I've heard he's not a very friendly guy. Yeah, it's definitely a case of, like, never meet your heroes. I've experienced that personally. Somebody that I looked up to as a kid ended up becoming my boss. Not my current job. Not even my job before my current job. It was like 2 jobs back. It was a guy I looked up to. He was a part of my childhood, and he became my boss, which was crazy. And I got to see that he was a creep and a weirdo and not really a good guy. And that was, you live and you learn. Live and learn. He ended up getting like an ultimatum from management because, like, everybody gave him, like, bad reviews. Like, you did like yearly reviews of your manager, and everybody gave him really bad reviews, saying, like, he did not foster a positive environment, because he didn't. And after all that, the management, or like the upper management, told him like, "Hey, dude, you either you either like leave or we fire you. Like we're done. We are looking to part ways." Anyone else have any questions? Anyone else? Dude, I think this is probably the first live stream I've done where like the chat is just totally dead. I don't know what's happening. I'm never streaming vertically again. YouTube has screwed me over. So I know there's people that would be watching this right now if they knew it was happening, but I just guess they don't know it's happening. But hey, for those that are just watching, like listening to this, listening to me ramble, or just watching me build this, thanks. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. Favorite Republic vehicle? Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I would say either the gunship or the ARC 170. I love the gunship, but I feel like my love for the gunship is only extended to the Tiger Shark gunship. All the others are like okay at best to me. But I love the ARC Trooper gunship. Is this about done? Gotta get this striping on there. Yeah, so just JCC2224 ASMR at this point. But honestly, it's kind of refreshing because I have some live streams where like the chat is mega active and it turns from like me doing what I'm supposed to be doing to just a massive Q&A session. I'm still enjoying this. If I wasn't, I wouldn't keep doing it, you know. Favorite comic Iron Man suit? We got some good questions now. First I'll do favorite comic Iron Man suit. Honestly, I'm kind of Silver Centurion exists though. I might have to go Silver Centurion. I love that suit. I love the new Marvel Legends figures of it. My favorite of the two is the one that's ironically not silver. It's the white and red one from the I think it was like the West Coast Avengers multi-pack. That set got really really cheap, and I bought that Iron Man for like $20 on eBay, and it's like one of my favorites. It goes really great with the white War Machine too, that they did, like the retro carded white War Machine. It goes so good with that. The other question I saw was favorite Optimus design. All right, get ready. I'm gonna be rambling here. This is a good ramble question. So I have several favorites. I don't think I have one singular favorite Optimus design because I love them all. Well, not all of the Optimus designs. Like some of my least favorites, I don't really like the Evergreen design too much, / the Cyberverse design. I'm just not into that. Not really into that. But Transformers Cybertron, which, to also answer a double question, that was my first TF show, Cybertron. I was watching that like 6 a.m. before school every morning, and Cybertron is what introduced me to the franchise and got me like interested. That design for Optimus to this day, in my opinion, is probably like the coolest, like super powered Optimus. Like that super mode is just insanely cool. Like the massive wings and the fire truck and the big cannons and like the battle mask and the ears. That is just such a good design. It's perfect. But other ones that are good, some of my other favorites. I mean, I don't think you can beat G1 Prime when it comes to just iconicness, but I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites. What else? The first trilogy Bayverse Prime is so good. That design is, I think that is the best like real world robot design ever. Like translating a giant robot to real life, that is the best design by far. The AOE TLK design, I love it. I have a soft spot for it. but it is objectively one of the worst. So I can't really speak too highly on that look, but I still enjoy that look. But it sucks. Like you can't even tell he turns into a truck anymore. Like we've lost the plot. What's happening? But the Transformers Prime design is also really good. The Beast Hunters design's okay, but the original Prime one's really good. I feel like the chat's kind of blowing up. Did you guys just feel bad for me that you guys weren't commenting? Yeah, new Cybertron Prime would be that would be one of the best commander classes of all time. And that would be a true worthy commander class. Like make it the same size as like the Armada Prime. That would be so good. The Siege Optimus is still cool. I haven't played with it for years. I don't know if it'll still hold up. Favorite Studio Series 86 figure? Check out my top 10 Studio Series 86 list to find out. It's Grimlock and like all the Dinobots collectively. They gave us the perfect Optimus design with the Bumblebee movie, never used it again. I mean, they did use it again with Rise of the Beast. They just like altered it for no reason and made it just slightly worse. But to me, like, it's fundamentally the same design. It's just, it's like, Optimus from the first movie to the third movie. Like, they just made some changes. And, like, they're not that big of a deal, at least to me anyway. I don't think the Rise of the Beast designs are that big of a difference. But I definitely see why people like the Bumblebee one more. All right, we're almost done with our MTT. Did I not build this right? Why does this not go down? Okay, there we go. I think Siege Prime has better proportions compared to Earthrise. It might. I don't know. I just haven't played with it in so long. I like Rise of the Beast Prime. Your options on Titan Class Studio Series Grimlock. I'm assuming you mean opinions. It looks really cool. I think I pre-ordered it. I think I did. Definitely locked in on that one. Because it's a massive AoE Grimlock. Age of Extinction, I have such a big soft spot for that movie because it was the first movie that like was coming out when I was like involved in the fandom. Like I was full on collecting, I was on forums, I was making videos. I was so hyped for Age of Extinction and like to be there firsthand for the toy line as it was happening. Like that was my first major like movie release as somebody like heavily involved. I mean, I was there for the first movie and I got one single toy, which was Brawl. That's not my childhood one. That's one I got to carded. I totally skipped over Revenge of the Fallen. In Dark of the Moon, I started collecting when those toys were still in stores. But like I wasn't there for their launch. I wasn't there for Dark of the Moon's like theatrical release. I had like kind of I got into it like Transformers. What made me a fan? Like a fan. Like not what introduced me to it. What really got me into it was the Hub channel. I was watching G1 and I really liked Soundwave. And I got the War for Cybertron Deluxe because that was the only one really available. Because I just wanted a Soundwave toy. And that was my first Transformer that I bought as like an addition to my collection. But show-wise, I can tell you like the thing that came out and it made me think like I should really start getting into this was Transformers Prime Season 2, the whole Operation Bumblebee arc, where like he got his T-Cog stolen. Like I remember they were like doing commercials for that Operation Bumblebee. And I was like, oh, this looks cool. And I was hooked. And it has changed my life so much. Like Transformers is a pretty deep part of my identity. Like I drove freaking 5 hours to Chicago for it, for crying out loud. And I'm probably going to do it again this year. I'm probably going to go to BotCon in Chicago. I'm not confirming that. I'm not announcing that, but I'm probably going to. So, look forward to that. If you If you are planning to go to BotCon Chicago 2026, I'll probably be there. I love how Rescue Bots was so many people's G1, dude. And I love that they've been making those characters as like proper figures. The chase was really great. The heat wave was pretty mid, but the chase was great. I really want uh, I really want Boulder and Blades. I really hope they make them soon. Yeah, I just think that's so cool. The Rescue Bots made so many new fans. Evasion Prime is so good, dude. And that is such a good toy. I wish I had one of the proper decos with all the weathering and everything in it, but I do not. Well, on that note, the MTT is done. The MTT itself is done. I can get rid of... Well, first I should probably see how I'm going to load the droids up. Like, how do they have you do that? Oh, okay, I see. I see. All right, instructions can go away, so I can have space now. Finally, I have space on my desk again. All right, my phone's at 21%. I can keep going for a little bit, because I'm going to load it up. What is the Transformers toy line? Are you assuming best? I'm assuming you mean best. That's odd. Honestly, I think the best Transformers toy line overall, and I say this with extreme nostalgia bias, is Cybertron. I think the Cybertron line is the best Transformers toy line. I think it's the best. I think that's also an opinion that TJ Omega has. Oh my gosh, this focus is just ridiculous. But I don't know if honestly, it's probably my favorite too. It's probably also my favorite. I don't have a lot of Cybertron toys to still buy nowadays. But when I get the chance to get like a repaint here and there, I go for it usually. Oh, this is so cool. I know, it is kind of lame how there's only like one row for the droids. Dude, I wish I had the Mountain Dew Transformer. They need to do him in Studio Series. For whatever reason, I never got him. I never got, what's his name? I don't even remember his name. It's not Ejector, that's the toast. Dispensor, that's his name, isn't it? Dispensor, because he's a soda dispenser. All right, let's see how this works. Da 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 da. Your Commander Bly's like, I'm gonna take them all on. I'm gonna do it. All the droids are gonna perish under Commander Bly. Da 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 da. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I like how they deploy. That's really cool. That's such a cool feature. Yeah, this is a cool set. This is a cool set. Dude, the Oreo bot would be so cool too. I love the Oreo bot. Well, this set took me 2.5 hours to build. That's kind of crazy. It was like 1,000 pieces, so like, you know, wasn't nothing. So guys, I'll stay on for like another minute, I think. But if anybody has any questions, let me know. Let me know. I gotta get a drink. I didn't have a single sip this whole time. You got a copy of the Medics One Step Changer with a DVD copy of Rescue Bots. That's so cool. I love that. Grew up with only Bayverse for the first 10 years of my life. I missed out. Wow. Dude, this Bly makes my soul so happy. That's what it was all about. The MTT is just a cool bonus. Can you do an old versus new on Wind Charger? I thought about it, but like I already did a whole review on the Reveal the Shield Wind Charger, and I don't have any other Wind Charger. Maybe if I get a copy of G1 Wind Charger, I might. But Ice Spice rocks. SpongeBob Big Guy Paint's okay. Do you like Star Trek? Do you have any Star Trek toys? So, I would not say I'm a Star Trek fan. I've never seen any of the original, like, Kirk Spock era stuff. I've only seen Next Generation. I haven't watched a lot of it, but I would say overall I've probably seen like 20 episodes of Next Generation over the years. And I like it. I like it. I have one singular Star Trek toy. I have a Playmates Jean-Luc Picard because I got it for like $1 in a toy dig bin. And I love Playmates as a toy company. And I was just always curious about those old Playmate Star Trek figures. So it's like for $1, sure, I'll get Jean-Luc Picard. He's cool. I have a Yolo Park Optimus Prime upgraded with popsicle sticks, hot glue, and staples. What did you do? That's crazy. You're the reason I got my Jungle Bone Crusher. Thanks for the video. You're welcome. Jungle Bone Crusher is really cool. It's a cool one. Yellow Parker Blockies. This is one where I don't think I can pick a favorite because both of them send me free toys and I don't want to make the other mad. But I also don't think I have a favorite because I think they both like offer something so different. YOLO Park I like more for like the quality of the figures. Like the AMK Pros are incredible. I have almost every AMK Pro they've ever made because they've sent me almost all of them. Just love those. But Blockies, like, they're just so collectible and massable and fun in that way. So I think it depends on what you're really looking for, you know? I think it depends on that. Also, the reason why I might get a Movie Whirl figure. The Movie Whirl is really fun. It's funny when I did that video, everyone's like, actually, it's a repaint of Evac. And I was like, yeah, but, you know, they're both a repaint of Blackout. So for, you know, the people just like tuning into this, I'm like, oh, it's a repaint, it's a retool of Blackout. Because clearly it's a retool of Blackout. But actually, it's a repaint of Evac that was a retool of Blackout. Like, dude, I'm not, that's, for a YouTube short, I'm not trying to give the whole history of this toy. But it's okay. It's okay. Sup, J-Tank. I'm sorry. I'm about to end the stream. It's almost over. I just finished building this. Batman armor suit or Hulkbuster? Hulkbuster. It's the freaking Hulkbuster. But I do think Batman does have some cool armor suits. Like the one from Court of Owls is really cool. I got the old DC Collectibles figure of that. That is a cool suit. And why does that need to be so expensive? Greed, that's why. The many toys of Evac. That's some Ron Bon stuff right there. YOLO Park Optimus Prime is the small version. Oh, okay. Okay. I think you're talking about like the AMK one. Not too deep into Batman, but didn't even know he had a mech. Yeah, he's got multiple like heavy armored suits. He's got the Court of Owls. I call it the Bane Buster, even though like Bane was not involved in that storyline. That's the Bane Buster suit. He does have the Justice Buster, which McFarlane made a figure of that, and it's honestly one of the worst McFarlane figures. It feels so cheap, but it was like a big mega fig, so whatever. He's got the Hellbat suit, which isn't like super big, but it is like kind of similar vein. You got your first rare Blockies. That's cool. Which one did you get? Which one? My phone's at 19%. I have to head off here soon. You got the IDW Orion. That's cool. That's cool. Is it like the blue one? Like the one that's all blue? Because I'm kind of jelly if it is. I still remember when I was at TFCon Chicago, there was this vendor that had like tons of Blockies figures in like a glass case display. And I was like, how much for these? And they're like, oh, they're $15 each. And I'm like, they're $15 for all of them each. Like each one is just 15 flat. And I was saying that because there was Chase variants in there. And they're like, yeah, all of them are 15. And I was like, okay, well, I want that Chase variant. I want that one. And then instead of like just plucking it out of the case, they start rummaging through all these boxes of like Blockies figures. And I was like, what's up? And he was like, oh, wait, you wanted the Chase version? And I was like, yeah, you guys said it was $15. He's like, oh, that's a Chase one. That's $45. And I was like, oh, well, yeah, I don't want that. And I just like walked away. That was like my only real like negative experience at TFCon. Because it's like, dude, I explicitly asked you, are these all $15 every one? And they're like, yeah. So, whatever. Stupid people. I feel like $15 would only be worth it for a Blockies if it was either a chase version or like a very specific shining version that you wanted. Yeah, they're straight up scalping. I have literally, and I have it right here on my desk. This is the only secret Blockies figure I've ever gotten, the shiny Soundwave. And I kit bashed it with the shining version Soundwave, so it lights up. So my shiny Soundwave has light up function, which is so cool to me. I love that so much. Just makes him even more special. All right, guys. Well, this live stream has been going on for nearly 3 hours. It is 1:30 in the morning. My tummy's rumbling, so I should get a little bite to eat before I go to bed. But hey, this was fun. I'm happy I finally got this built. I finally have my Bly minifig after 21 years. It only took 21 years, but there he is. I love him. He's my precious little Bly boy. We need a Hot Toys Bly so bad. Alright, new vid tomorrow. I actually got a lot of videos up for channel member early access right now, so that's cool. Got some, I've even more than that to edit, so I think I showed this earlier in the stream, but I do have the new Vintage Collection Airborne and Obi-Wan to film the review of. So, thanks guys for tuning in. New vids coming out. Consider this Lego set built. Alrighty guys, have a good night. See you. Thanks for stopping by.